A newly introduced bill from Senator Josh Hawley, Republican Missouri, is drawing attention for its unprecedented severity in restricting Chinese artificial intelligence, AI, specifically targeting technologies like DeepSeek. The bill, which Hawley filed last week, intends to prohibit United States persons from advancing artificial intelligence capabilities within the People's Republic of China and for other purposes. Analysts say the proposed legislation, if passed, could effectively outlaw the use of DeepSeek, the emerging Chinese AI competitor, within the United States.
All right. Did y'all hear what she just said? An intro here. This guy, Senator Josh Hawley, is trying his best to keep America a leg up on Chinese technology. And as we all know, Chinese technology has outpaced American technology 10 to 1. If DeepSeek can do what I've been paying Chat GTP for over a year, the same results for free. I understand what this is. Carry on, y'all. Let's carry on.
Key provisions and consequences for DeepSeek download. Under Hawley's proposed law, technology or intellectual property developed in China would be barred from importation into the U.S. Anyone found violating these restrictions could face up to 20 years in prison, as well as substantial monetary penalties of up to $1 million for individuals and $100 million for companies. According to Harvard AI research fellow Ben Brooks, the measure stands out as easily the most aggressive legislative action on AI to date. Although the bill was tabled soon after its introduction, often a signal that a proposed law is losing momentum, the fact it was proposed at all signifies a growing sense of urgency in Congress. Lawmakers remain alarmed by the sheer speed and scale of DeepSeek's rise, which also contributed to a $1 trillion stock market sell-off last week. DeepSeek
That's what this is really about. That's what this is really about.
captured international attention earlier this month by matching the performance of top-tier U.S. AI chatbots use far fewer resources. Its efficiency has fueled fears in Washington that American technology companies could be wasting billions of dollars, especially if smaller-scale alternatives prove just as capable.
Did you hear that? That's basically a great example of how big box companies always shut down small mom and pops. Basically, like they just said, American technology companies could be wasting billions of dollars, especially if smaller scale alternatives prove just as capable. They don't want any competition. Competition is none.
Lawmakers also worry that AI breakthroughs in China could accelerate military or surveillance technologies. Hawley and some of his colleagues argue that banning AI exports or imports tied to China would protect national security as well as U.S. economic interests. According to the Washington Post, Hawley and Senator Elizabeth Warren, Democrat Massachusetts, criticized the slow pace of action by the Biden administration before it imposed new limits on the export of high-performance AI chips to China in 2022. Multiple administrations have failed, at the behest of corporate interests, to update and enforce our export controls in a timely manner, Hawley and Warren wrote in an appeal to Congress. We cannot let that continue. Impact on U.S. tech and NVIDIA's uncertain role. NVIDIA, one of the world's leading AI chipmakers, has become a focal point for this debate. Its stock plummeted in the largest one-day loss for any company in history, leaving many questioning whether the AI giant will continue supplying chips to Chinese entities.
Did you hear she just said? The stock plummeted in the largest one-day loss for any company in history. If you recall, back when everyone was talking about Dogecoin, Shiba Coin, Ethereum, and Bitcoin, Nvidia stock was going up at the same time. That's when everybody was shifting, all the high-end people were shifting over to buying Nvidia. So there's a lot of money, a lot of high-end people put a lot of money in Nvidia, and they're going to make sure, I'm saying, the senators, Congress is going to try to make sure that they make their money.
Last Friday, NVIDIA's CEO Jensen Huang met with President Donald Trump. Details of the meeting are scarce, though a spokesperson told Reuters that they discussed the importance of strengthening U.S. technology and AI leadership. Trump remarked, "I can't say what's gonna happen," describing it as a good meeting. The abrupt emergence of DeepSeek and China's broader AI prowess has magnified concerns about national security and control over AI technologies, which have become essential over the years. Some lawmakers argue that letting a Chinese AI tool flourish in the United States could pose the same privacy and security issues surrounding the TikTok debate. Although
They always using the excuse of privacy and security issues when it's basically a debate about who has the better product, who produces the better product. The kids in Chinese are decades ahead of the kids in America when it comes to education. So what do you expect? They would come up with a better, cheaper product. They're smarter.
Congress approved a TikTok ban last year, the restriction still hangs in limbo, partly because President Trump reversed his original support and opted not to enforce it. With new bills like Hawley's appearing to restrict or even criminalize the importation and use of Chinese AI, the possibility of legislative overreach remains an open question. Critics argue that lawmakers are partly motivated by protecting U.S. markets from competitive threats rather than addressing national security.
Exactly what I was saying earlier. People argue that the lawmakers are partly motivated by protecting U.S. markets from competitive threats, or basically protecting U.S. markets from competition rather than addressing national security issues. Let's continue.
Concerns. Nonetheless, pressure is likely to continue, given the scale of DeepSeek's disruption and the fragile state of AI related markets. Whether or not a formal ban on DeepSeek materializes, the bill's introduction highlights the intensifying scrutiny on Chinese AI and could shape future technology policies within the United States.
Wow. So, what are your thoughts on that? What do you think about the United States threatening to imprison Americans for using the DeepSeek AI program? It sounds very crazy to me, but at the end of the day, these people do what they want to do, and they don't do anything in the best interest of the actual people. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe, and to the next one. Have a great day.